Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we're heading back to the 36th District Court in Michigan to continue covering Carlos of the family Durham as he hits back-to-back court dates with a judge that ain't here to listen to any of his sovereign citizen American state national nonsense. So let's begin.
Okay, we're on the record as the people versus Carlos Lorenzo Durham. Case number 2259974, count one. Only count one. Police officer resisting and obstructing. This is a habitual offender fourth offense notice. And also case number 2258771, people versus Carlos Durham. Mr. Durham is charged on this case with count one, weapons, firearms, possession by felon. Count two, weapons, felony firearm. Count three, weapons, ammunition, possession by felon. Count four, weapons, felony firearm. Count five, carrying concealed. Count six, police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing. And this is a habitual offender fourth offense notice.
Damn, Carlos! You're gonna save some crime for the rest of Michigan? Ever since I've started covering Mr. Carlos of the family Durham, I've dug a little bit deeper into what's going on to see exactly what he's been charged with. And sure enough, he's currently facing 12 different charges, 2 of which are in relation to a felon in possession of a firearm.
Today is the next step for a bond redetermination hearing. Appearances.
Alexander Kirker on behalf of the people, P86282.
Good morning, Your Honor. Delisha Taylor Coleman, P56278, on behalf of Mr. Durham on both matters for bond redetermination.
And Mr. Durham, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Carlos Durham.
Well, at least we know that the Wayne County Jail is doing their job, and they've worn him down to the point that he's finally identifying himself as a normal human being and has dropped the whole of the family Durham delusion.
Thank you. And whenever you're ready, Attorney Taylor Coleman.
Yes, Your Honor. As the court has before it, I believe Mr. Durham has a capias with this court, or maybe it was with Judge Elise Bryant. At this point, we'd ask for any capiases to be recalled. That he is a resident of Detroit. He has significant family contacts. I'm looking up his investigation report. I'm looking up the sheet from misdemeanor felony defenders on his behalf. Long story short, we're asking for a personal bond with tether, and that he would reappear at all future court dates.
Oh, really? Well, I'm gonna need a slice of whatever peyote pizza you're eating if you're going to convince me that Carlos of the family dipshit is going to make all future court dates when, 1, he truly believes that this court has no jurisdiction over him, and 2, as per the last judge, he's an habitual absconder with a propensity to pretrial paint consumption.
We could address the capias of December 14th, Mr. Durham.
I'm sorry, what did you ask him? I didn't hear the first part of your question.
Address the the capias of December 14th of 2022.
Yes, go right ahead.
Mr. Durham, were you aware of that court date?
Yes, and kind of no. They bombarded me with a bunch of court dates, and I kind of might have forgot it because there's so many I got to go to.
Okay,
they
so
sent me about 40 different cars with court dates on them.
You essentially made up your court date.
I think so. I got court dates all the way to February, and I think I just missed it out.
Come on, Judge. I only missed my court date because I got it confused with one of the other 40 that I have. You should just let me out. No, for your own good and the safety of the public, you should just stay your ass in jail. Like I said, I looked this guy up, and just in the month of February alone, he has 6 more court dates. So it looks like February will truly be the month of love for all of us, because we're gonna love laughing at Carlos all month long.
Okay. Would you reappear at all future court dates, Mr. Durham?
Yes, I reappeared. I appeared before. I was on Zoom. I was on a tether. I came to court.
Okay. Your Honor, we believe that this was just a mistake, a one-time mistake. Mr. As the court can see in the register of action, Mr. Durham had appeared at previous court dates, but as he stated, because of the number of court dates, this one fell through the cracks, but he would reappear at all future court dates. These are non-assaultive crimes. We're asking for a personal bond, reinstate the bond with tether. Would the court consider any reduction at all? I don't know if Mr. Durham can post any amount of money. Was there a change in your bond before Judge Bryant, Mr. Durham?
So the what? I didn't hear you.
Was there a change in your bond before Judge Bryant?
Yeah, it was a $10 bond. That's all it is. They said it's a $10 bond. I'm here to get this bond reduced so I can get out of jail.
And you have employment?
I work for myself.
Let me guess. Law offices of Durham, and Dumbass?
Mr. Dumbass, I can bring a lot to Dumbass and Dumbass. I'm a go-getter. Dumbass material all the way. So, am I your man, Mr. Dumbass?
The name is Dumas.
Okay, so I'm still gonna keep it the same, Attorney Taylor Coleman, because of the cases on both cases. I am going to wait until we get to the probable cause conference on the 25th with the DSU report to determine whether or not I'm inclined to reduce the charge. I need him to show the court for something, because we're back at the probable cause conference. I want you to listen up very carefully. Your next court date is January 25th. That is a Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you'll be zooming in from the county jail, and you'll have an attorney present to discuss with you any matters before we go on the record, okay? So show up for that, well, you have to show up for that. Then your attorney then can possibly discuss something once we have a DSU report, okay? Attorney Taylor Coleman, anything from defense?
That's it. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you all both have a good one.
Okay, so that was the end of the first trial. Now, let's move on to the second trial, which took place 2 days later. And I don't know if it's the jailhouse crayons that they're feeding him, but every time we see Carlos, he's a little bit more colorful. Today's no different.
Okay, gentlemen, from the county jail who just sat down about 5 minutes ago, can you state your name for the record, please?
My name?
Yes, your name.
My name is Carlos Lorenzo, and I'm here to represent the person you got on that paper, which is an all capital name, all capital letters. That's a corporation, and I'm not claiming to be him, but I'm here to represent him. All capital name is all corporation. I'm not a corporation. I'm not dead. I'm not a fictitious entity. So I'm not claiming to be whoever name you have on that paper, which is probably in all capital letters. That's not my name. It's two names in this court that sound exactly alike, and only one of them is mine. What name is on that paper y'all have over there? Is it in all capital letters? That's not my name, but it's my property. It's my trade name, and I own it. And I need to know if anybody has permission to use it from me. So do we have that understood? I am not a U.S. citizen, and I'm not a citizen of the United States.
Then deport his ass immediately. I mean, seriously, if we deport about 5 or 6 of these Sov Cid American state nationals, they'll stop telling people that they're not American citizens.
I am not that person on that paper because that person is a fictitious entity. I am actually flesh and blood. I am a man standing on the land.
Well, technically, you're sitting in what looks to be the wrong end of a glory hole in the bathroom at the Wayne County Jail.
And that's what I got you. Do you understand that? I'm not him. I'm claiming not to be him.
I just wanted to know who you were. Thank you. I had to check there. Attorney Simon, thank you. You want to speak to your client in private before we go on the record? Because he's still talking.
Sorry, Judge. Can you repeat that, please?
Do you want to speak to your client in private for a moment? Because he hasn't stopped talking for the last 10 minutes. He's still talking. He doesn't know he's on mute, but he's been talking.
I just saw him Monday at the jail, but okay.
Okay, because I don't think we can have his hearing unless he understands we all can't talk at the same time.
All right, I'll do a breakout.
I find it hilarious that his lawyer only needed one prior visit to realize that any one-on-one conversation with Carlos would be more painful than pulling his own teeth out through his asshole.
Okay, we're on the record as the people versus Carlos Lorenzo Durham, case 2259974. Mr. Durham is charged with one count of police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing. This is a habitual offender fourth offense notice. Also, case 2258771, the people versus Carlos Lorenzo Durham. Mr. Durham is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms possession by a felon. Count 2, weapons, stony firearm. Count 3, weapons, ammunition, possession by a felon. Count 4, weapons, stony firearm. Count 5, carrying concealed. Count 6, police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing. This is a habitual offender fourth offense notice. Today's the day set for a probable cause conference. Appearances.
Alexander Kirker on behalf of the people, P8628.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jonathan Simon, P35596 for Mr. to both matters.
And Mr. Durham, can you state your name, please?
Objection. I'm not a mister. I just told you that it's two names that sound exactly alike and only one of them is mine. My name has never been spelled in all capital letters, so that is not my name. Whatever name you have on that paper is a corporation and it does not exist. That's not who I am. I'm not.
What is your name,
I'm here to
sir?
represent him.
What is your name?
My name is Carlos. That's what I go by.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say your name was Objection?
State your name, please.
Objection.
And at this point, Carlos, you really need to take advantage of that shut the fuck up filter that you have before she holds you in contempt of court and you end up spending more time in jail.
My name is not Mr. and I never spelled it in all capital letters. I keep explaining that to y'all, but y'all insist I'm that dead entity on that piece of paper and I'm not.
What is your last name?
What is your name, ma'am? Can I have your name and your oath of office, please? Did you take an oath upon the Constitution, ma'am? Or did you take an oath to violate my constitutional rights in conspiracy with the prosecutor and the Detroit police?
Attorney Simon, what I'm getting here is that Mr. Durham is not present.
Objection, I'm not a Mr.
I can enter a capias because that's not Mr. Durham. Or
Judge, maybe we could have a competency referral.
he knows what he's doing.
Exactly. He's doing this shit for the show. And this judge, just like the last two, isn't here to play sovereign citizen light bright with the single-digit IQ tards of Michigan. Alright, so that's what we're gonna end the video today. There were a few more back and forths between the attorney and the judge as they set up his competency hearing to determine if he's an incompetent human with the mental capacity of a shit slug, or if he's a competent shit slug with the physical features of a human. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.